Joining us on the show this week is one of the best handles to ever hit the court, Jason Williams, aka White Chocolate. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So you are first and foremost working with Powerade. There's a program you're helping to launch to help college athletes reset their clock called Pause is Power. So can you tell us a little bit more about this? I think it's kind of funny because the whole Senate, making daylight savings time permanent. So this is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And the campaign that Powerade is doing, Pause for Power, is great. It's letting these college athletes really take a step back and look. Everyone needs to take a step back and take a pause and maybe reset their buttons. And we're doing this. Powerade is doing something special for these kids. They can sign up at Powerade.com and actually win $10,000 to be able to spend in their summer after they take a step back. So who wouldn't want to do that?
Switching a little bit to basketball, you did make a little bit of a splash online about your Kobe comments. Were you at all surprised about people's reaction on Twitter?
I've read some of the comments. Obviously, I can't read them all, but
never.
Kobe fans are diehard, and yeah. I think I was misunderstood a little bit. I tried to clear it up with another post there on Instagram. I'm not so sure if I got to clear it up for some people, but maybe I can clear it up here. Kobe Bryant, in my eyes, is the best, the greatest Laker to ever put on the uniform. Now, with that being said, I think the 5 guys that I named were just better basketball players than Kobe, and they just happened to wear the Laker jersey. By no means at all am I disrespecting Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is one of the best basketball players ever. Some people think he's the best. To me, I just don't think he was the one of the best 5 basketball players that played for the Lakers. Fans are crazy nowadays, and especially Kobe Bryant fans. I mean, and so should they be. But I think they just need to take a step back, maybe take a pause, and maybe read what I said a little slower.
Yep. On the subject of the Kings, you were on the team in the early 2000s. You guys were stacked. What do you remember most about those heydays in Sacramento and what that team really meant to the city during that time?
I think the team meant everything to that city, but also I think the city meant everything to us as a team. They cheered for us like no other, and we tried to win every game for those guys. And I just don't think, realistically, at the beginning of each season, I don't know if we thought as a team or as an organization that we could win a championship. Those guys down south, Southern California, Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal had a lot to say about that. But the organization in Sacramento, the fans in Sacramento, that place was great for me, and I wouldn't change anything.
What do you feel like has gone wrong in the last 20 years with this franchise? It feels like they haven't even come close to sniffing those teams when you played.
I think it's a little bit of bad luck, with the ping pong balls or whatnot, and free agency is so big nowadays. So I'm not so sure Sacramento is a destination that these big time free agents want to go. For me, I loved it. It was a big time city for me coming from Bell, West Virginia. Sacramento will always be a part of my life.
Hey, well, last questions we have for you. It's a fun game we play. So obviously you were known back in the day for your handles. So we have a segment called Rank 'em where we rank topics 5 through 1. Now, I know you're fresh off your run-in with the internet over the Lakers ranking, but you are the authority of this ranking. So who do you have as the top 5 handles ever in the NBA? You're free to include yourself in this, starting from the 5th all the way to number 1.
Oh, I got to rank them in order, like worst to best, top 5?
Yes, worst to best.
Well, can I start at the top? Maybe.
Well, not 5. Worst, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. I think Kyrie is the best ball handler ever to play the game.
Okay.
So he's one for sure. It's hard for me to put them in order because, they're so good. On Tuesday, some guy might be better than he was on Wednesday, and vice versa. But like Jamal Crawford's in there for sure. Okay. Steph Curry has to be in there just because he can handle it and shoot it from 55 feet. That's great to me. If I could shoot like Steph Curry could, I would have been a horrible teammate. But I got it all the time. I got to put myself at 5. I'll just put myself at 5 just because. Okay. That's a tough one. I'm sure I'm going to leave someone off that I can't think of. Chris Paul.
Okay. Solid list. Okay.
Okay, Mackenzie, it looks like Jason was kind of sweating during that ranking after his little Lakers debacle. I'm sure he wanted a break from the whole rankings thing, but he was a good sport.
Yeah, and listen, internet, don't be giving him crap about this list. He may have left AI off the list, but he said outside of Kyrie, though, he didn't really put them in any particular order, so I did want the record to be shown. Anyway, from one association to another, up next, Annalise chats with a WNBA legend, Sue Bird. Hey sports fans, if you want to watch more sports seriously, be sure to check out these clips right here. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see all the great content from us here at USA Today Sports.